taking up all your stock related queries, so don't forget to WhatsApp us or call us directly. Both the numbers are there on your screens right now, viewers. And on the show we are joined by Mahesh M. Ocha on the fundamentals and Aditya Arora on the technicals. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening. Now let's get straight to the first query on the show. It's written to us from Delhi. Vijay is saying that he's bought 85 shares of Infosys at 1,652 a piece. So, although he hasn't mentioned the time horizon, but I would like to take both the technical and fundamental view on it. First, I'd like to come to you, Mr. Oja. What suggestions do you have on Infosys?
Actually, things are not going too positive for IT. So I think if your horizon is long term, you can hold your rate could come, but I think upper side range could be kept in IT sector as well as in Infosys. So any upside you should try to exit from the Infosys in a higher level that could be nearby 1560 to 1590 range. So sell on a higher level is advisable.
All right. And Aditya, what are the charts suggesting on Infosys?
Very good evening to you and to our viewer. So I think IT is in corrective phase right now, but I think all the bad news is already in the price. The concern of tariffs is discounted by the market. So today was a knee-jerk reaction. Tomorrow could be a spillover day. But more than that, I don't see much damage because now Nifty IT index has approached its medium-term support levels. So from here, the risk reward is attractive for value buy. Although this sector is not the one which is leading in the rally, but we can see a bounce back. So I feel the trend is over here, buy on dips, and this reward is favorable.
Okay, and let's take up another WhatsApp query. Minoshka has written to us from Mumbai. She holds 1,000 shares of Tata Power at an average price of 235. The stock is now trading around 386. So you would see that she's sitting on a profit of close to 1.5 lakh rupees. So congratulations to you, Minoshka, on that note. But she's asking, what would your outlook on the stock in the short and long term be? Aditya, let's talk about the short term outlook on Tata Power first, because I see that it has been gaining since the past 1 month at least. It has gained close to 12%. In fact, it was over 2% up in trade as well. Tell us what's working and where do you see the trajectory moving in the next couple of years?
Sure. So I think the trend is working over here pretty constructively, and the stock is making higher high, higher low pattern, which is technically a positive sign. Even in a lackluster market like today, this stock is showing great relative strength. So bulls are here in full control, and the volume action, the price action is positive. So I would maintain bullish bias over here, at least for 3 to 6 months, 2 years. We are already seeing a lot of volatility in global and domestic market. Things can change, but from here, 3 months at least look pretty good. So over here, the view is buy on dips and bullish.
Okay, buy on dips and bullish. And Mahesh, it would really help if I can get your fundamental analysis on Tata Power as well, because this as a transmission and distribution company in electricity has not done that bad, although it has gone through a period of volatility. But what would your fundamental analysis on this company look like? Are you positive as well?
I'm agree with Aditya that the fundamentally company is good and we can see some much more potential for upside. If your horizon is more than 1 year, we can see 500, 520 level in Tata Power also. Revenue are much diversified and we can see some upside potential in as well. Chart is also showing good. So I think he can hold further. If anyone want to buy, they can buy from these level also, and shorter term level could be a 440, but if you are holding for more than 1 year or 1 year, we can see 500, 525 levels.
All right, so the bulls are in control for Tata Power is what Aditya is suggesting, and even Mahesh is quite positive on the counter. With that, let's go across to another WhatsApp query. So Prasada has written to us from Kuwait. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but he has bought
persistent system. No, he's asking whether it should be the right levels to buy persistent systems. So Mahesh, currently persistent systems is trading at 4,793 levels and was down in trade today over 9%. Amid the tariff, the impact. So what suggestions do you have for Prasada there?
I think today's damage is much more damage, and we can see some more downside from these levels also. I think the 4,400 level, 4,500 level could be a level where we can see that level for any staggered way opportunity for adding the persistent. But current view is negative, so we will wait further. Any buying could be trigger in near 4,400, 4,200 level because trend is too much negative for IT and as well as persistent.
All right. And Aditya, how are the charts faring?
The charts of IT stocks are pretty bearish, and we have seen consistent decline in all the counters given the recent tariff cut. But I see the trend could reverse very soon because even in case of persistent, it has approached its medium-term demand zone of 4,500 to 4,700. So I'm not bearish at this point in time. I feel one could accumulate the counter right now for a swing on the upside in the medium term. So the view is buy on dips.
Okay, it actually is quite, it's very different to hear the fact that you are not very bearish on IT because it was one of the top laggards in trade today and also the top sectoral loser. But let's see when the trend changes, and we would also track how IT does in the next couple of months. Now we have another caller with us. Shrikant is calling us. Hi Shrikant, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. What's your question, Shrikant?
Madam, long term, madam.
Okay.
Power sector and railway sector lo mid-cap stocks recommendations, madam. 10 years hold cheyagalugutam, madam. Hold.
Okay, got it. So, reiterating Shrikant's query, Shrikant wants a long-term view on railway and power stocks, and he wants to at least hold on to the suggestions that you guys gave today for the next 1 decade. So, it's a very long-term view that he is currently seeking in the railway and power space. Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Railway and power, firstly, do you think it's going to get affected by this tariff news that has apparently shaken the world at the moment? And second, which counters in the mid-cap space would you recommend to Shrikant?
From power sector, we are optimistic for upside, and we are very bullish on power sector from a 5 to 10 year horizon. And TPC could be much more beneficial. Tata Power already we have discussed. Power grid also we can see some more upside potential. So power sector, these are some stocks where we are bullish, and we can see some handsome upside in the coming time. Also, if your horizon is more than 2 to 5 year, 10 year, then we can see some good return in power sector as well. And in the railway sector, if you are looking for, we can see Railtel also, Titagar also. There is a fundamentally potential, and we can see some more upside from these levels also. Titagar, we have seen recent, we have seen much lower than accumulating zone start, and we are some decent level. So we can see some more upside in these both stocks also.
Okay, got it. And Aditya, quickly, your top picks in the railway and power space, please.
I think the railway sector is one of the sector where a lot of retail participation has been seen recently, and a lot of people are stuck at the higher levels. So what happens over here is that once the trend reverses, there's a lot of supply. People who held the stock at higher level, they feel stuck and they start selling the counter. So that creates supply at the higher level, and the recovery is very gradual. So I'm not very bullish in the railway sector, but in power sector, I think yes, the recovery could be good. So Tata Power is the top bet over here, and it looks bullish from the medium term view with stop loss of 350.
Okay, got it. And now we have another caller. Vishwanathan is on the phone line from Chennai. Hi Vishwanathan, good evening.
Yeah, I want to know about ITC. I bought for 410, madam.
Okay. And when did you
Just
buy
for a
these
trade
shares?
only. For this month only I bought. How it will be?
This month. Okay. And you want a long-term view or a short-term one?
No, only short term, only 1 month period.
Only 1 month period. Why, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Why only 1 month? Why do you want to stay invested only for a month?
Yes, I feel like a bullish undervalue.
Okay. Let's then go to Aditya on this one. Aditya, Vishwanathan wants just a very short-term view on ITC, and for a month, he is only interested in the stock for a month. Would you recommend Vishwanath to hold to ITC just for a month, or can he hold for a longer time and expand his profits perhaps?
Yeah, a pretty tricky one because given the new charter in the town like tariff, etc., it's pretty unpredictable to see what will happen in the market in 1 month. But the outlook for FMCG pack is positive, but this counter hasn't participated in the rally. So I maintain pretty neutral view. He could actually, as he has constraint of time, he could look for opportunities to lighten up his position at the resistance level of 415 to 425. So I would suggest sell on rise trend over here. And relatively, I like other FMCG counters where the trend is picking up, like Britannia, one of the candidate in FMCG where the trend is encouraging in case he wants to switch.
All right. Thanks for that view, Aditya. Let's go across to a caller joining us from Noida. Hi, Amol. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes. How can we help you on the show today, Amol?
Yeah. So I just wanted to know, will it be wise decision to enter Mahindra and Mahindra? And can I get it at around 2551 in next 2 to 3 trading sessions from the technical chart?
Okay.
And I have a short-term view on this, yeah.
Okay, a short-term view
For
on the
3 to 4
counter.
months.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Aditya, M&M currently trading at 2611 and was down in trade today almost 1%. Do you see, as Amol mentioned, do you see M&M reaching those levels anytime soon? Also, since 20th March, if I look at the charts, it has seen, the stock is in the downward trend. And, Trump has imposed 25% tariffs on auto sector. So do you see it affecting M&M's performance for anytime soon?
Yes, the performance could be impacted to certain extent in the short term, and there are a lot of disruptions also in automobile space. Look at BYD, the Chinese car maker, is disrupting the market, and the market share is going up. And there are other concerns also for auto industry. Some pockets are showing less sales compared to the expected numbers. Private cars, basically, the numbers have been less encouraging. So I think the fundamentals and technicals are not encouraging in the short term, although with a swing on the upside on the index level, this stock could also bounce back. But this would lead the rally. That seems little less likely. So I would suggest sell on rise trend in this counter.
Okay, sell on rise trend on M&M is what Aditya is suggesting. And Mahesh, coming to you, talking about the fundamentals of Mahindra and Mahindra, it's a strong company. But still, what's your outlook on the counter?
If you see, fundamentals are very good, and numbers of Mahindra and Mahindra is also coming very good. What factors are not working with Mahindra and Mahindra, like Aditya discussed, BYD is coming, tariff. But if you see, export to US is the very low compared to other auto sector. So I think a stock has a much more potential for upside from a fundamental perspective. But in near term, we can see some more downside up to 2520, 2550 also. So that level could be accumulated, and upper side zone could be kept in near term. That could be 2750 to 2800 levels.
Okay, understood. And now we have Vishwanath calling in. Hi, Vishwanath. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. What's your question today?
I have Nestle India 26 shares accumulated over the period of last 4 months at the average price of 2,217.
Okay.
I just want to look for the view for long term, maybe 3 to 4 years.
Okay. And when did you purchase these shares?
Accumulate?
Last 3-4 months, average in between. Last 3-4
3 months, 3-4 months.
Yeah, 3-4 months.
Okay, and you're seeking a long-term view on this one, right? And you also
Yeah,
want to
long-term view.
accumulate
Can I
more?
accumulate?
Okay, got it.
If it is suggested, I would.
Understood, got it. Let's take this question to you, Mahesh. Vishwanath currently holds 26 shares of Nestle India at 2,217 rupees a piece. He's made meager profits for himself, but he's asking whether he can hold on to this stock for a long term. Now, very interestingly, BofA recently downgraded Nestle as well as HUL on weak growth, muted demand, as well as tough competition, and it also lowered Nestle India's earnings estimate by 3 to 5%. In the near term, at least, it sees pain in these two big FMCG giants in India. What would your view to Vishwanath, what would your recommendation to Vishwanath be? Should he hold on to this stock, and is this currently trading at a discounted rate at the moment?
He can hold on the Nestle. We can see some upside potential in near term. That could be 2,350 to 2,400. But for the new addition, I have not suggested in this counter. If you are looking for in FMCG space, then you can look Tata Consumer. You can look on VBL. In any downside, you can look on these two counters where we are optimistic some more upside, and where other data are coming also good on that sector. So he can hold further, but fresh addition is not advisable from in Nestle.
All right, thanks for that view, Mahesh. Let's go across to a caller now from joining us from Andhra Pradesh. Hi, Ramchandra. Yes, good evening. How can we help you?
Good evening, madam. I bought Sagility India at the rate of 43 rupees, 20,000.
Okay. How?
I hold for 1 year. I can hold for 1 year.
Ramchandra, how many shares are you holding?
20,000.
20,000. All right. Okay.
20,000.
And are you looking for a long-term view on the counter?
1 year, madam. 1 year.
1 year. 1 year. All right.
1 year.
All right. So Mahesh, Ramchandra bought it at 43. Currently, it's trading at 42 and was down in trade today over 1%. But the stock trades at a very high PE ratio. So, what suggestions do you have for Ramchandra there? Should he be holding this particular company stock for another 1 year?
I think if you see the numbers of company are coming very good, but things are not working. That's 100% income of Sagility India from US. So there is a fear concern much more than any other thing. So I think it's he can hold further, but don't expect much more upside from current level. In near term also, if your horizon is long term, then you can hold further. We can see some more upside. The results are coming good, and if you see income of the company, that's very pretty good. But tariff concern are there, so stock is not moving on higher level.
Okay, and now we have Mahadev. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Mahadev. Good evening. Hello. Okay, the line is not clear. I will take up Mahadev's query. Simple and straightforward. He wants to know some stock recommendations in the infrastructure and aluminium space. And he's given us a category of mid cap and small cap as per his preference. Mahesh, why don't you take this one first and give us 2-3 counters that you think are attractive in the infrastructure space. And I'm curious if L&T makes it to your count.
I think we are in infra. Currently, we are on picking only large cap space. So if you are looking for the infra space, then L&T could be preferred, and we can see some upside in L&T as well. From other sector, if you are looking for the other sector, then we can see some small construction companies where we are optimistic, and DLF and other sector also, where some demand could be pick up, and then we can see some upside. But currently, if you are looking for infra stock, then L&T is preferred.
Okay, and Aditya, quickly your recommendation in the aluminium space. Does Hindalco make the cut, or Vedanta, or any other stock?
Both of them.
Okay.
So we have a good market in front of us, and the metal stocks have corrected quite a bit today also. international commodity market is down. So attractive bets ahead of us tomorrow. And the long-term charts of both the counters, National Aluminium, Hindalco, and Vedanta, three stocks are on my list. We have also suggested these stocks to our clients. So standard disclaimer over there. And I think the charts are pretty attractive. They have reached their medium term support, and they are trading above the moving average. So I think this is an opportunity to accumulate these three counters with stop loss of 10% from the current market price. And we see a good times ahead for metal companies and metal sector as a whole.
All right. Thanks for that view, Aditya. Let's go across to a caller joining us from Bengaluru. Hi, Kushal. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Actually, I'm planning to buy Suzlon share.
Okay.
So currently the P is trading around 68, 69.
Mm-hmm.
So will it be the right time to invest for a 3-year time period?
All right. For a 3-year time period. Okay. And why have you narrowed down to Suzlon, if I may ask?
Yeah, because in the wind sector, Suzlon is currently the market leader.
Mm-hmm.
So as of now, there is almost 5.3 gigawatts of order book,
Yeah.
which I can see very good revenue within 18 to 24 months.
Mm.
So my main concern is everything is good. Is it the P is the right time to enter or is not? So I need to know, ma'am.
All right, I'll get your query answered there. Mahesh, talking about Suzlon, so it is one of the leading global renewable energy solutions provider, and but the stock has experienced a bit of fluctuations. So what do you have to say on the counter? Are you positive, for it, and are these the current levels? Because it's currently trading at 57.5 levels. So are these the correct levels to enter?
I think he can accumulate in a staggered way. That could be a good strategy in this sector. He can add in these level also, but if any downside coming, then we can see up to 50, 52 level. So that could be a good area where one can accumulate. But from this level, one can accumulate in Suzlon, and we can see some more upside up to 75 to 80 level, at least in 1 year horizon. And if your horizon more than 1 year, then we can see some more upside. So from current current level, he can accumulate further.
Okay, understood. And now we have Manish. He's calling us from Mumbai. Hi, Manish. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your question today?
KRN Heat Exchanger, I got it from IPO at the
Okay.
rate of 220.
Mm-hmm.
I had 65, I sold 15 at 820. I'm still holding another 50.
Okay, that's
Should I
impressive.
hold on or should I share?
Understood. Okay, let's get Aditya to answer this. Aditya, our viewer Manish, he holds 50 shares at 220 rupees a piece. The stock is now trading around 860. It was up close to 1% in trade today. It operates highly in the refrigeration industry. How do you see the stock performing? He's asking whether he can hold on to his shares or not.
I think this stock has been a consistent performer and low beta counter. Although market experienced extreme volatility, but this stock saw good demand from the support levels. So I think if the anticipation of return is low, then I think this is a good counter for medium to long term. And over here, the risk reward is favorable at 859. OnePlus plays stop loss at 730 in case the trend changes. Until and unless the stock is trading above 730, I think there's scope for bounce back till levels like 900 to 950.
Okay, understood. And Mahesh, a quick view from you as well. So, because we're just around summer, in fact, we're actually already in summer, many stocks many companies like Voltas, for example, that are into the refrigeration space came out and said that they see growth picking up, and perhaps they'll also see an increase in their volumes and sales. But for a stock like KRN Heat Exchanger that is mostly caters and comes from the B2B space where it is supplying these big refrigeration equipments to bigger companies, how do you see this space working out or panning out in the next couple of years? Yeah.
I think space is good, and we have seen in KRN last, say, 6 to 8 months, very good upside rate, really. So we are not much bullish on KRN, but if you see any upside level could be 940 to 960, then one can try to exit and try to book profit. And we are seeing some demand, and we are also in the somewhat near term. So any upside could be used for a profit booking in KRN.
All right. Thanks for that view, Manish. And with that, we'll have to slip into a short break. Viewers, please keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp and call in. We'll be right back for Ask Profit. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
Whenever a film sank in 2000s, it was always flop actor. मेरी तरफ नहीं देख रहे, देखो तो सही. I compare an actor's career like the stock market. Sometimes your stocks are low, right? And when your stocks are low, no one's buying. Sometimes your movies do well and your stocks are on the rise, and everyone's suddenly buying that stock.
What point do you think that the film career perhaps is not going the way that you thought?
Itch of wanting to be an entrepreneur started itching a little more, and I wanted to scratch it.
One of the most important lessons is to know when to pivot.
The burn was far more than the earn. We were burning out. I was watching my money just go out and like, oh my God, what's going on here?
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
welcome viewers. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit and I'm your host Himakshi Bahugna. On the show we are joined by Mahesh M. Ocha on the fundamentals and Aditya Arora on the technicals. So, you can just call us right away and get all your stock related queries answered. With that, let's go across to a caller joining us from Chennai. Hi Ram, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, how can we help you on the show today, Ram?
I want to know about State Bank of India.
Okay.
Short-term.
A short-term outlook on SBI?
Yeah.
All right. So Aditya, sources have told NDTV Profit that in the wake of Trump's tariffs, bank is cautious in sectors affected by the US tariffs, and it'll take a clear call on further lending after assessment in the Q1. So this is the latest update that has come regarding to the bank. But talking about the technical performance, so how are the charts faring for SBI?
Sure. I think this tariff news is sort of priced in as per the today's closing. The chart structure wasn't so bad that we may see a big gap down. But I feel the chart structure is neutral to bullish and stock is attempting to make a breakout above its range of 780. So next resistance for this counter is 800 to 830. So at this level, the trend is neutral to bullish and one could accumulate the counter on dips. So the view is over here, buy on dips right now.
Buy on dips on the technical front. And Mahesh, what's your outlook, considering the fundamentals of SBI?
From the government sector, PSB banks, we are bullish and we can see some upside potential in SBI from the near term as well as from longer term also. So we are pretty bullish on SBI. In near term, we can see 825 to 840 zone. And if you are holding for a 1 year horizon, then we can see 1,000 level plus in SBI as well. And current implication from RBI is also positive for public sector bank and as well as private sector bank. And from other bank, we are also bullish. So SBI, he can hold further.
Okay, understood. So it's a hold on SBI, and now we have Ravi. He's joining us on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi Ravi, good evening.
Yeah, hi, very good evening.
Good evening. What is your question today, Ravi?
Yeah, my question is on Hindustan Zinc.
Okay.
So, could you tell me, at what price it is good time to enter into Hindustan Zinc?
Okay, you're interested in buying shares of Hindustan Zinc. You've not bought them yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Just want to new fresh buy.
Understood. Got it. Aditya, technically speaking, do you see this as the right time to buy shares of Hindustan Zinc? Because it has been trading in a range since August of 2024, and before that it was quite high. When do you see that kick coming back into the stock price? And with that regard, is this the right time to buy?
There are two sides over here, as there is a lot of volatility because of tariff. Today also commodity market is experiencing extreme volatility. So it's possible that you may see some dips also. So I think over here he can maintain a buy or dip strategy. In case he's looking for short-term spurt in the counter, then the breakout happens above 480. From there, he can establish a bullish stance on this counter with stop loss of 450 and target of 510 to 530.
All right. Thanks for that view, Aditya. Let's go across to a caller joining us from Hyderabad. Hi, Mohan. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes. How can we help you on the show today?
Ma'am, I have bought 100 shares of Birla Cables 2 weeks back.
Okay.
So I am planning to accumulate 2,000 shares gradually. So I want to know the fundamentals and technicals.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get you. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say one more word. I should accumulate. Is it good to buy this stock, or I should shift to any other stock in the same space?
Yeah, understood. Mahesh, talking about the cable space, it's been performing really well. And but talking in particular of about Birla Cables. So he's bought at 145. Currently, it's trading at 152. So are you optimistic on this particular company in the cable space, or do you have any other recommendations there?
I think he can hold further. We can see up to 170, 180 level in near term as well as. But if you want to add new new addition, could be near by 128, 130 level. If any downside coming near that level, where we can see some support on the counter. So a new addition could be in lower level. But if you are holding, then he can hold further.
Okay, and Aditya, what's your outlook on Birla Cables? Is it positive on the charts?
So recently, because of Ultratech's entry in the cable sector, we saw extreme volatility about a month back. And since then, most of the wire companies have failed to deliver return. So similarly, if we analyze chart of Birla Cable, it has done nothing, given no return in last half a month or 1 month. So over here, level-based approach could be the best strategy. Buy only above 175, stop loss of 150, and target of 190 to 200.
Okay, got it. And now we have Tejpal. He's calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Tejpal. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. I've been very lucky with the call since yesterday. I'm holding 25,000 shares of Paradeep Phosphates at an average price of 107 rupees. My views for long term for at least next 5 years. So my question for today is, what are the targets for this share, and when should you book a partial profit for this?
Okay, understood. And the rest of it you want to hold for the next 5 years, correct?
Yes.
Understood. Got it. Aditya, I'd like to take your view on this one as well, because Tejpal currently holds 25,000 shares of Paradeep Phosphates at 107 rupees a piece. It is now trading around 118. It was up close to 5% in trade today, and Tejpal is also has also made a handsome profit for himself of close to 2.7 lakh rupees. He wants to know what would be the right time, the right target price that you could recommend him for him to book partial profits, and do you see it to be a prudent choice to hold on to these shares for the next 5 years as well?
First of all, many congratulations to Tejpal. He made a great investment in this counter, and it's rewarding him well for his patience. Coming back to the question, I think the trend over here is pretty encouraging. Chemical sector as a sector is coming out of a long period of lull and consolidation, wherein there was oversupply. Now that has been absorbed. Hence, the margins are increasing. Technical patterns are improving. And same is true for Paradeep Phosphate. This stock is attempting a breakout. So I maintain a pretty bullish stance on this counter with stop loss of 100 rupees. He can stay bullish over here. And the levels which I watch on the upside are 120 to 140.
All right. Thanks for that view, Aditya.
140 to 160. Pardon me.
All right. Thanks for that view. Let's go across to a WhatsApp query now. So Ashok has written to us from Madhya Pradesh saying that he's bought 100 shares of Gensol Engineering at 830 a piece, and he's looking for a both long-term and short-term outlook on it. And he is sitting on a significant loss of over 67,000 there. Currently, Aditya, if I talk about, the technical aspect of it, currently it's trading at 158 and he bought it at 830. And today also, it was down in trade over 5%. So what are the charts suggesting? Is it advisable for him to stay invested in it?
I think such kind of stories take a lot of time. The stock has been consistently in lower circuit for almost 10 to 20 days. And the news flow is also very negative. There's corporate governance issue. So all this thing combined, usually these things take a lot of time. So instead of, staying invested over here, he could look for other opportunities as there's time value attached to it. And I feel the patterns are bearish because stock is making lower high, lower low pattern. So it's an avoid over here.
Right, that's a avoid for short term. And Mahesh, recent downgrades by CARE Ratings and ICRA due to delays in loan servicing have also exacerbated the stock's decline. So what do you have to say on that front? Should our investor stay invested in it, or should he book his losses?
See, where there is compliance issues where we are not suggesting any holding for the same. But if you are to see he has purchased 800 plus level, so currently is almost 80% down. So I think if any positive news come and a stock can retest up to 225, 240 on that level, he should try to exit the same.
Okay, got it. And now we have another caller. Dilip is calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Dilip. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please ask your question.
Yes, hi there. I'm currently holding Ganesha Ecosphere at the rate of 1608.
Okay.
I'm holding 700 shares.
Okay.
So I'm looking for 1 year hold at least.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And for how long have you been holding these 713 shares?
I purchased a month ago.
Okay, a month ago.
Yep.
Okay, and you want to continue holding them for 1 year?
Yes, 1 year, yes.
Okay, got it. Mahesh, what is your view on Ganesha Ecosphere? Dilip currently holds 713 shares at 1,606 rupees a piece. The stock has jumped over 26% in the last 1 month, and hence he's made a profit of 13,000 in just the past 30 days. Where do you see the stock traveling in the next 1 year? And give us your long-term view on this.
I think he can hold further, but keep stop loss near 1570. We can see a 1,750 plus level in a 1 year horizon, but keep a stop loss near 1,570 zone. So I think a risk reward could be favorable from these level. Stock is gaining momentum. I think he can hold further.
Okay, thanks for that view. Now let's go across to another WhatsApp query. Ankit has written to us from Gujarat saying that is it the right time to enter Avenue Supermart? And he's looking for a short-term outlook on the counter. So today only, Avenue Supermarts came up with its business update stating that its standalone revenue from operations stands at 14,462 crore rupees, and the total number of stores as of March 31 are at 415. So talking about this business update, Aditya, do you see it reflecting on the charts as well?
Definitely, it's reflecting on the charts. This stock has been a sleeping elephant for a long time, and recently the elephant has started dancing, and it has been in the news for some time as the stock is qualifying in various bullish scanners. We also recommended this stock to our clients recently. So I maintain bullish bias on this counter. I think FMCG is one of the best pack right now in terms of valuation, and the technicals of DMart are pretty positive. So I maintain a positive stance on this counter for the medium term with stop loss of 3,700.
All right, Aditya. So the sleeping elephant has finally started dancing. And Mahesh, coming to you. So do you see this elephant dancing for another 1 year?
Definitely. If you see the last few days or last 1 month chart of Avenue Supermart, that is pretty good. I think stock has a much more potential for upside. If your horizon is more than 6 months, we can see up to 4,800 plus level in Avenue Supermart. From stop loss, we can see up to 3,800 near. We can keep a stop loss, but yes, potential is there, and we can see some more upside.
Okay, understood. And now we have Rao. He's calling us from Mumbai. Hi, Rao. Good evening. Rao, are you with me? Okay, no problem. I will take up his query. Rao holds 100 shares of BSC, Bombay Stock Exchange, at 4,120 rupees a piece. The stock is now trading around 5,620, so it has traveled quite a bit from Rao's buying price. And he's seeking a long-term advice on this particular counter. Mahesh, I'd like to take your view on Bombay Stock Exchange. How does the share, according to you, perform? And BSE also recently announced, 2:1 bonus share announcement. So with regards to that, how do you see shareholders taking benefit of holding BSE shares?
I think the bonus issue, and one is the expiry, whichever come by exchange. That is which is come circular come from SEBI. That is positive for BSE. But if you are looking for the current result, I think the result will not come so much encouraging. So from that perspective, keep partial profit booking and BSE and try to get in lower level. That could be nearby 4,500, 4,600 level. So I'm not much more bullish on BSE from these level, but yes, buying deep scenario could be a good strategy in BSE.
All right, thanks for that view, Mahesh. Let's go across to a caller joining us from Chennai. Hi, Balaji.
Yeah, madam. I'm holding KEI Industries at the rate of 500.
Okay.
I'm looking for a time horizon of 3 months' time, madam. I want to have an advice on that.
Okay, so 500 shares of KEI Industries at 2,836 is what Balaji is holding. Currently, the stock is trading basically hovering around the similar levels, 2,824, but was down in trade today over 1%. So Aditya, if I look at the charts, it has seen a very sharp decline since 25th of February. So what do you have to say? What suggestions do you have for Balaji?
I think in the short term, the counter is oversold, in the oversold territory. So one can expect a bounce back along with the market. But for a good recovery, it may take time, as there might be selling pressure at the higher levels. So it could be a gradual one. In case he's looking for a swift move, then I would suggest this is a sell on rise candidate.
Okay. And now we have Sachin. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Sachin. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Tell us your question.
I have taken 1,000 shares of IRFC at the rate of 127.
Okay.
Sir, what about the next 2 weeks other in short term?
Okay, next 2 weeks.
Yes, madam.
Okay, that's really short. I think the shortest that I've heard of. But Aditya, then this brings me to you. How do you see IRFC performing in the next 2 weeks? The stock is now trading around 129 and Sachin bought them for 127.
Right. So I think the trend is positive over here right now. And as he's maintaining a short-term stance, he should also keep a stop loss in the system. And the stop loss is 120 for this counter, as it's an important support for this counter. So he must establish stop loss at 120. There's scope for recovery over here till levels like 134 to 142. So as the stock is making high high, high low pattern, one can establish neutral to bullish stance on this counter.
All right, thanks for that view, Aditya. Let's go across to a caller joining us from Pune. Hi, Rajiv. Good evening.
Hi.
Yes,
Hi,
please
good
go ahead with
evening.
your query.
This is regarding information technology stocks, TCS. I'm having 20 stocks at 3396. Right now, hardly any profit.
Yes.
0.
Yes.
And also Infosys 190 at 720 rupees. Persistent at 33 at 3314.
Okay.
So I'm Infosys and Persistent still I'm having better profit. Around 107% and 44%. Come down very drastically from top.
Yeah.
And TCS is now 0% profit. So what should I do with this this Infosys?
Okay, and are you a long-term investor, Rajiv, or a short-term?
Yes. Long-term. Infosys I'm holding for a long time now.
Okay, and if we talk, Rajiv, we'll be able to take one query at a time. So we'll stick to TCS since that is the painful stock in your basket. So Mahesh, coming to the fundamentals of the company, is it advisable for Rajiv to hold the counter for 1 year, because currently it has slipped to 3,400. He bought it and was down in trade today over 3%, and the IT space is seen a bit of a beating amid the Trump tariffs, but still, what suggestions do you have for Rajiv there?
If you're looking on valuation, that is giving us comfort on the TCS. From TCS, if you're looking on dividend yield quarterly, TCS dividend yield also attractive. And past record of TCS also suggesting buyback, and we companies cash rich companies. So these levels are attractive. I think one can start accumulate on these levels. The risk reward is favorable from these level for TCS. I think he can hold further from a 1 year horizon. At least we can see 3,800 plus level, slow and steady. But yes, we are positive from these levels.
Okay, and now we have another caller, Sai Teja. He's joining us from Vellore. Hi, Sai Teja.
Hello, ma'am.
Please ask your question.
Ma'am, I have 6,000 shares of Trident, which I was purchased at 53. Okay. What I need to do now, whether to hold or can I sell it now?
Okay, because you're in a loss currently, right? Yeah, over 1.5 lakh rupees of loss. Okay, and when did you purchase these shares, Sai Teja?
2 years back, ma'am.
2 years back. Okay, okay. Let's get your query answered. Mahesh, what is your view on Trident? Sai Teja bought 6,000 shares. That's a massive quantity at 53 rupees a piece, and this was bought 2 years back. Since then, the stock has not been able to give him any profits. In fact, he's sitting on a loss of close to 1.5 lakh rupees. The stock is now trading around 27, although it did see an uptick of 7% in trade today, but that completely gets, it's completely negligible in front of the loss that he's made. What would you recommend Sai Teja to do?
I think he should try to exit on higher level. I think stock is in textile. If you see all the stocks of textile today started for upside potential. And due to tariff on Asia specific region, India has a low tariff compared to other countries. So these stocks could get benefited from that also as well. So I think he can hold for the try to exit on near above 35 level. If any level above 35, where we can see some profit booking on that counter. Thereafterward, he can switch in other counter like Welspun and Welspun Industry, Welspun Living, which where we are looking some potentially upside.
So, Mahesh, just for clarity purpose, the fact that textile industry might react to Trump tariffs is an argument that holds validity today, because Trump tariff and the concerns have come in just recently, right? But Trident has been in the stock market for quite some time, a couple of years, and Sai Teja has made loss for himself in the last 2 years. And you're recommending him to sell at 35. That means he should sell at a loss, right? Just confirming that you do not see Sai Teja making profits out of Trident.
I'm not seeing much more upside in Trident from these levels. So any slow and steady upside could be near term where we see some consolidation range. So I think from these levels I started, then really could be nearby 32 to 35 range. So from that perspective, I suggest on that levels he can book further, and after thereward he can switch in textile counter as well as Welspun Living. So that counter he is able to participate some rally from that level. I think that could be a strategy he can keep.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. Let's take up a WhatsApp query now. So Kiran has written to us from Dubai saying that should she be buying Netweb Tech shares at the current levels for long term? And currently the stock is trading at 1,530 and was down in trade today over 1%. And talking about Netweb, so it's almost debt free and has shown significant profit growth also. It has shown strong ROE track record. So however, the stock is trading at high valuations relative to its book value. Mahesh, what's your sense on the company?
Company is pretty good, but currently sector specific, not giving much confidence. So if any downside, he should try to accumulate that could be 1,460 to 1,480 level could be a good accumulation range for the network. So I think if any downside, then we can see on network for buying opportunity.
Okay, and Mahesh and Aditya, with that, it's a goodbye. Thank you so much for giving us your time and answering all the queries of our viewers with so much patience. We will see you again. And to you viewers, stay tuned to NDTV Profit and keep sending in your queries on the WhatsApp numbers available. We will take them live on Ask Profit only in the morning as well as in the evening. A lot more is lined up for you on the other side, so stay tuned.
Whenever a film sank in 2000s, it was always flop actor. मेरी तरफ नहीं देख रहे, देखो तो सही. I compare an actor's career like the stock market. Sometimes your stocks are low, right? And when your stocks are low, no one's buying. Sometimes your movies do well and your stocks are on the rise, and everyone's suddenly buying that stock.
What point do you think that the film career perhaps is not going the way that you thought?
Itch of wanting to be an entrepreneur started itching a little more, and I wanted to scratch it.
One of the most important lessons is to know when to pivot.
The burn was far more than the earn. We were burning and I was watching my money just go out and like, oh my God, what's going on here?
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.